Hey guys, I'm Louie from Louie's Loops, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a miniature human heart, human anatomical heart. I figured I made a skull, why not make a heart for Valentine's Day? So here's a quick little thing. Here's the big one, the big version of it, and this pattern is up on my Etsy right now. I'll put a link right down here to get to there. So there's my quick little plug. The pattern for this whole thing, there's also a video pattern included that teaches you how to do these little doodads and whatnot. So yeah, so there's my little spiel. Let's get into it. Today we're going to be making a miniature heart, and we are using a size G crochet hook. G 4.0 millimeter. And I'm going to be using Lily Sugar and Cream yarn in red. You can also use Lion Brand's Cottonese yarn in red too. Alright, unwind it. Now first off, we're going to be making the little valves, including the arch and the little, this is kind of like a T valve kind of thing. I don't know what they're all called, but I just went off pictures. Anyhow, first we're going to make the little ones right here that'll be sewn on after we make the main bit. So how to do that is we're going to make a slip knot. Okay. And just chain 2. Okay. Now we're going to be working into the back loops for all these chains. So the back loop is right here. So here's the top loop and the bottom loop, and if we turn it around, it's kind of like the spine of the chain is called the back loop. So we're going to get our crochet hook into there. Oops. There we go. And just slip stitch 1. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and cut it off. And wrap around and pull all the way through. Okay, and that's how we'll make our little mini arteries. You need to make 2 of these. You can make more if you want to put different parts, put different little arteries. Sometimes they have 2 here. I don't really know how hearts work, but yeah. So now let's make the T. It's kind of like, here, let me show you on this one. If you look here, it's kind of like a giant T that goes under the archway. So let's make one of those. So get our yarn again. And again, we're going to go ahead and make a slip knot, leaving a little bit extra yarn to sew on. Get our crochet hook in there. Alright. Now we're going to start by chaining 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Now again, we're going to be working into the back loops. So turn it around like that. We'll skip the first one, which is right there. So you can see, we can count there. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of under there. We'll skip that first one, go into the next. Go ahead and slip stitch that one. Okay, do it again in the next one. Slip stitch into that back loop. Okay. And now we're going to chain 4. Okay, from right here, we're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Turn it again because we're working the back loops. We'll skip that first one right there and go into that one. And here we go. There we go. Slip stitch into that one. Pull a little tight. Go ahead and go into the next and slip stitch there. There we go. And then the next one right there. Okay. Now there'll be a little part can see, let's get a little bit better view. There's a little bar right here. We're going to work into that. That's the slip stitch from before we made these chains. Go ahead and work into that one, a slip stitch. And then finally there's a last slip stitch right, or chain right there. We want to go into that last one. There we go. And slip stitch there. Okay. Go ahead and cut it loose. Wrap around and pull all the way through. And that'll make a little T kind of thing. And that's going to go on the top, under the archway. Right there. So put that to the side. So now we've made 2 of the little mini arteries. Don't forget you have to make 2 of that first one. I already made 1 prior. And then we got our T. Now we're going to make our archway to go over the T. So go ahead and make a slip knot. And chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, add 1 more there, chain 11, because I forgot we're going to have to skip the first one. Okay, so there we go. We got 11 chained, not 10. Turn it around to go into the back loops. Skip that first one right here and go into this one. Oops. So we're working into that one right here. Ooh, there we go. And slip stitch into the next 3 chains. So that's 1, go into that back loop. If we can. 2, and there you go. 3. Now we're going to be making something I call a mini Picot, and what that is you chain 2. You skip that first back loop and you go into the next one right here. And go and slip stitch into that one. Okay, then we'll go back into our where we're working right here into the next chain along our main part. Go and slip stitch into that. We'll go ahead and do that mini Picot one more time, or once again, chain 2, work into the back right there, right there. Okay. Go ahead and slip stitch into that one. Go back into our body, chain, go into the next chain and slip stitch 1. And you can kind of see how it's making little boop, boop. So we're going to make one last one of those. So chain 2, work into that back loop right here, and slip stitch into that one. Okay, now we're going to work into these last 5 chains. We're going to work a slip stitch into each one of those. So just go into those back loops if we can. There we go. And go ahead and slip stitch all the way down. Now if it gets like kind of tricky, I'll do it on the next one for you guys. If it gets kind of tricky to fit your crochet hook into one of these chains, you can get a needle and go ahead and poke it into where you want to get the chain, and you can kind of stretch it out with the needle. It'll make it way easier. If it's like really tight, if you accidentally made the chains too tight, it'll make it way easier to get your crochet hook in there like that. Okay, so we have 3 more, or 2 more now. 1 right there, and then one last one right here. There we go. Okay, we'll go ahead and cut it loose. and yarn over, pull all the way through. Okay, so that'll make our little archway to go over our T. So now let's make the main body of it. So now's where we get to the good parts. We'll go ahead and make a slip knot, chain 2, and single crochet 6 into the second chain from the hook. So that's pretty easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You can also use the magic hoop method here, but I like doing it this way. So now we're going to keep working around. We're working the round, which means we don't turn. We're going to go into our first single crochet we made right here. Okay. We'll go ahead and single crochet 1 into that. Okay, now we'll go into the next one and single crochet 2, which is an increase. So we're going to increase in the next one. So now we're at 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to go into the next single crochet and work 1. Now before we finish this single crochet, we're going to grab the bottom, the tail of our thing, and we're going to put it behind like that, turn it around it. So here's the bottom one now. It's on the other side of that, like that. And this will hide the piece so it won't come undone at all. Go 1, and we'll just keep working with it for right now, just so we can hide it better. So we'll go into the next one and work 2. So increase in the next. Go ahead and pull this bottom part tighter, and now we can cut it kind of loose or kind of shorter to get rid of it a little bit more. Okay, so we're at 6 right now. Keep working around. So we'll go into the next one and single crochet 1, and then increase in the last. And that should make your stitch count around to 9. And 8, 9. Okay. Now we're going to go up to 12, and how we're going to do that is in the first one we're going to increase. So increase in the first, 1, 2, okay, single crochet 1 into the next 2, 3, 4, increase in the next, 5, 6, single crochet in the next 2, 7, 8, increase in the next, 9, 10, and then single crochet in the last 2, 11, and 12. So that gets our increases done. Now for the next 2 rounds, or let me see, let's count. For the next, it looks like 1, 2, 3 rounds, we're going to single crochet 1 into each stitch around. Now I'm going to speed this part up because we're already getting to 14 minutes. So just single crochet 1 into each stitch around, starting right here.